Hey everyone, Summer here with AstariaSen, and I'm doing a VR today. Now, I know that everybody's waiting for Yule crafts, but I needed a little mini break after my event, and I just needed some downtime for me, so I decided to participate in a hashtag that Candy, Soul, and Soil did, and it is Dating the Tarot 2020, and I thought that sounded like so much fun. And I will have another video out later today for the Yule crafts, but for now I wanted to do this one because it just seemed like an uplifting, fun thing to do. And recently I watched another video that talked about enjoying the process. So today I'm enjoying the process of everything that I do. All right, so first up, the whole point of this is that you're dating your tarot in 2020. She said that it didn't have to be decks that you got in 2020, but I guess you could do either. I am sticking to just tarot, so everything on my table is tarot, and there are 10 dates. There's 10 dates, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. So the first date is your Cheapskate Date. Now, these are tarot decks that don't normally make your favorites cut necessarily. They're the decks that just don't make it to a good list. So the cheapest one that I got for 2020 is the Harmonious Tarot. And honestly, it was like $11, and I got it because it was tiny and I can like travel with it. It is so tiny. But as I started working with it a little bit, I found that I liked the artwork on the inside. It's such a soft, elegant style, and it's not necessarily my favorite. It's very, lighter weight with some differences, but it is a good deck. It's a solid deck for the price I paid. So I'm very happy with this purchase, and I plan to continue working with it as my little mini travel deck. So yay. And $11 isn't that bad. I got it at my local store, and I really enjoy supporting locals. So the second one is the Slow Burner. It's the one that basically you weren't sure about, and then over time, it kind of grew on you like a slow burn. And for me, it's the Fairy Lights Tarot. Now, I do know that the Fairy Lights Tarot has made it on one of my favorites lists, and I get that, but it works really well in this sorry, hashtag. I can brain today, I promise. But the Fairy Lights Tarot, when I first started working with it, I hated it. Like I thought that I just could not read with it. I thought I couldn't read tarot. I thought I was doing something wrong. It's one of the first few decks that I originally got, and it's probably one of the harder decks to try and read with when you're just starting out. And that's because it is a special deck where the artist took one big piece of artwork that he created for the tarot, cut it in half, and one card is one tarot card and one card is a completely different tarot card. And I have a whole list of written out right here. Like for the Queen of Pentacles, the tarot card that goes with the Queen of Pentacles is the King of Swords. And for, say, the Fool, if you get the Fool card, the picture to make the picture whole, you would need the 10 of Pentacles, and you see a whole picture. Now, when I started reading with that, and this is where that slow burn and that enjoyment came in for me, when I started reading it as a full picture, my mind was completely blown, and it just all came together for me, and it just hit me in a way I was not anticipating, and just now it's just a deck that I really, really, really enjoy. And I hope other people give it a fair shake. All right. So the next one is, number 3 is the Blind Date. Sorry, I've got a piece of paper here with all the information on it because it's a lot of questions and I wanted to remember it all. The Blind Date. Rushed in and bought it, dated it without looking or thinking about it. Okay, so this one, also one of my first few decks. When I first started out, I did just buy without really looking. I didn't realize there were a lot of tarot walkthroughs. And it is the Fantastical Creatures Tarot. Now, this doesn't make it on very many lists for me, mainly because I don't work with it that often. I want it. I enjoy it. It has very pretty art. I like the style. I even like the description, the way that it describes things in the little white book. But it's just not a deck I'm called to use very often. So it doesn't land into any kind of favorites. It's not like a deck I instantly connect with or anything like that. It does like other people though. I've taken it to Cards and Coffee here in my hometown, and it does take well to lending readings to other people. 4 is the Rebound Date. It's the one you break up with and get back together with. It's the not quite love, not quite hate, not quite friends with benefits, but it's just kind of that rebound that just constantly there. So mine is the joie de vivre. I keep trying to read with it. I keep wanting to read with it. I keep working on trying to read with it. And I love Paulina Cassidy's art. I have several of her decks, and I very much enjoy her artwork. But for some reason, and I've had the joie de vivre since, again, it's one of my first few decks when I started reading tarot. And I just, for some reason, it doesn't connect well with me. Like, I keep trying to connect with it, and I keep going back to it, hoping that one day I'm going to it'll just click like it does with the fairy lights, but it hasn't happened yet, but I'm still trying. That rebound is still there. But I really do like the deck, so it's good. That's why it's my rebound. All right, the next one is number 5, the Surprise Love Affair Date. It's the one that you thought would just be okay. But it turns out it was love at first sight. And for me, and now this isn't like a favorite, and it is love at first sight, but it isn't like a favorite. I got the Enchanted Tarot. And I got it because, I thought the artwork was pretty. I'd seen it in some other people's stuff, but I wasn't sure that I would like it or enjoy it. So I like didn't buy it for a long time. And once I got it, I just fell in love with the art, up close and personal, and I enjoy doing readings with it. I enjoy the book information on it. It's just a very unique, interesting, fun, fantastical deck that I really enjoy reading with now. It's not my favorite. But it's, it's in that good pile of, yeah, I can do this. All right. Number 6, the Not My Type Date. It's the one you thought it isn't your cup of tea, but you went on it anyways, and now I'm supposed to tell you what happened. So, the Not My Type. Most of you probably already know I don't really fall into traditional Rider-Waite. I like the more fantastical, the more out there RWS styles. I don't like complete, just straight up clones, like artwork style and stuff like that. I have a harder time reading with it. But my blind date was for my birthday in 2020, so this year. My guy got me a tarot deck, not realizing really the kind of decks that I like. So it was a complete blind date when I got it. I knew he was ordering me a tarot deck, but I didn't know what tarot deck he was ordering me. And it ended up being the Golden Art Nouveau tarot. And I went ahead and I pulled it out and I read with it and I tried it out, and I found I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And now it may not be my favorite deck, but it is definitely a deck I very much cherish, not just because my guy gave it to me, not just because it was a gift, not just because it was for my birthday, but because I actually do enjoy reading with it. It's not like I won't get rid of it. I find the artwork very pleasant. I find the deck reading as a whole very, it's not challenging. It's kind of softer than I expected, but it's reality. It's still that I'm going to give you the truth, but it's not like a punch in the gut and stuff like that. So I've enjoyed reading with this deck, and I do enjoy the artwork. It is very pretty. And it's one of the few decks that I have that's RWS styled like this, other than the Harmonious Tarot, and another one that's coming up. But that I plan to keep and I want to keep, kind of thing. So, but I like the Golden Art Nouveau, and I like Art Nouveau style, and I think that has helped a lot in my enjoyment of this blind date deck. All right, so the next one, or not blind date, sorry, the not my type date. So the next one is number 7. I may have to delete your number date. It's the one that didn't really work, but I still have it. I haven't broke up with it, and then I'm supposed to tell you why I haven't, broke up with it. Okay, don't hate on me. This is the Dark Mansion Tarot. Yes, yes, yes. It's the one I keep thinking maybe I should delete your number, but I never do it. And honestly, I don't know why I have that delete your number aspect to it, because the art is beautiful. It's one of the reasons why I keep it, is the art is so beautiful. And I love the style of the art completely. Like I truly love the colors. I like the faces. I love the backs. I think this is a 2nd edition. But it is so hard to shuffle. Like, look how big this is in my hands. I'm having such a hard time even just holding it. My hands are so tiny. And I like decks that are easy to shuffle, but this like sticks to each other because it's got this suede matte finish on it. And I love matte finish, but this deck does not fan out. It doesn't shuffle easy for me. And I think that it makes it harder for me to work with and harder for me to like or enjoy the process of this deck because of that. So I don't want to break up with it because I really like the deck and I want to like the deck and I think it's so pretty, but I kind of want to delete its number at the same time. All right, so the next one, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. The next one is number 8, the Forever Love, the True Love deck. And this is, even though it's on people's favorites list, Candy just wanted to know what everybody's Forever Love deck was. Here is my Forever Love tarot deck. And if you don't know, you have not been on my channel very long. Okay, my Forever Love is Shadowscapes. This is my heart and my soul. I don't always read with it very often, but I love this deck. I love this deck. It is my deck. This is the first deck I ever really connected to. It is the deck that just speaks to my soul in a way no other deck ever has. So I love the Shadowscapes. That is my true love deck, at least as of 2020. But yeah, I don't know why I'm not reading with it right now. It just kind of feels like I need to be reading with other decks. So the Shadowscapes just kind of hanging out, chilling like a villain. All right, so the next one, let's see, turn my paper over. There's only 2 more to go. So the next one is the Stormy On-Off Date. It's the one you can't stay away from, the one you have to take a break from, but you can't stay away. It's that kind of deck. So for me, it is the Chrysalis Tarot. Now, I love the artwork in the Chrysalis Tarot. That's probably why I have this passion for it, is because it has such great coloring in it. And I mean, it is gorgeous. This is just gorgeous. There's, oh my gosh, the art in it, the colors, I just love all of it. And of course, it's fairy related, so it's my kind of deck, like flat out there, it's my kind of deck. But I can't, sometimes it's overwhelming. It overwhelms me. It not the artwork itself, but how it talks. And I think this one is the one that is more Thoth based. But look at this moon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is why it's my on-off Stormy. I love it so much, but I don't always like reading with it. It just doesn't always speak to me. It doesn't always want to be read by me. I don't know. But I can tell you the main reason I ended up buying this deck. There is one card in here, and it is the sole reason, the entire reason on a walkthrough that I bought this deck. And it's this card right here. That is the only reason I bought this deck. And then I found I have this very passionate relationship with this deck, but it's also a very overwhelming relationship with this deck because it is not, I don't think it's RWS, and I haven't learned Thoth yet, and I haven't decided if I want to, so it's a little bit harder for me to read, but I really want to read with it, and I still read with it anyways. I just apply RWS to it, even though I probably shouldn't. I spent a lot of time in the white book. But that's my stormy on-off date. Number 9. So then the last one is the Friends with Benefits date. Now, I'm actually surprised by my choice with this one. I kind of thought that the Shadowscapes would end up being my Friends with Benefits because I can just easily just go back to the, I can slip into Shadowscapes like nothing, right? But that's also because it's my soul deck and I'm in love with that deck. Like, it's my true love deck. But I do have a second runner-up that I figure fits right in this slot. And I very much enjoy this deck. I can just read with it. It's my go-to. It's my, I don't want to read with anything else, so I'm going to read with this. It's my, oh, I just want a question answered. It's my, I'm going to tarot night. I just want to bring one deck with me. It's my, I'm going to read for a friend. That's my deck. It's the deck that's my Friends with Benefits. It's the deck that I can always run to without commitment whenever I just need to do it. And it's the one that's always just fits right back where it needs to be. Like, nothing's ever happened or transpired between us. And it is my Crystal Visions Tarot. Yes, Crystal Visions. So beautiful. So, I mean, it's a soft deck. It's great for reading with relationships. It has a spare card in it. I have most of them upside down. But this deck it's my slip right back in, nothing ever happened between us deck. And it's a soft, it gives good answers. It gives quality readings every time. And even though it is relationship based, it will read for other bases, but it prefers relationships, at least my understanding of its energy. And it fits right in like every single day. It doesn't matter what day it is. It doesn't matter what mood I'm in. It just fits right in where it needs to go. And it just works. So that is my Friends with Benefits tarot deck date. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to see your Friends with Benefits. I didn't want to make this too long, so that's why I didn't. I didn't really want to include Oracle. I wanted to keep it very tarot specific because I do have a lot of Oracle decks, but I wanted to keep this one tarot. I tend to mix my Oracle in with my tarot hashtags. I think most of us do, right? So anyways, go check out Candy's channel, which will be in the description. I will also make sure the 10 questions are in the description, as well as the decks that I'm using, the names of the decks. I'm not going to link all of them though. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you decide to do this, I'd love to see what you do. All right, you guys have a very great day, and I'll see you later today with another tutorial.